Hey, what is going on, everybody? I finally got mail from Topps, and it's my Topps Project 2020 cards. I have about 10, 12 or so. We're going to go through them. I'm going to show you what they are, how they come, and tell you a little bit about it. What I do know about it is 20 iconic cards done by 20 artists. They're at 200 right now, so I guess that means they're going to 400 since I saw them go um, further. So we're halfway through. I didn't get in early on Project 2020. So when you order them from Tops, it takes a little while to get from when you order to your possession, and they'll come bubble wrapped in a yellow folder bubble wrap mailer, and this itself will come in a bubble wrapped sleeve like this with your Tops Project 2020 card inside. It says Project 2020 on the back. You get the Tops, and I thought Tops was out of Scranton, Pennsylvania, but I guess maybe it's printed and shipped out of New York, New York. Okay, so the original card would look very. This is one that looks very similar to like its original card, with some comic art done to it. So this was lightly altered by the artist, and the information on the artist is in the back. Give you a moment to read this. So this one was done by Joshua Vides, and it says he's based out of Southern California, worked with projects on Nike, Converse, and things like that. And you could see the variation. This is one of very few where I have two cards, so I'll show you the differentiation between the card. So on this Nolan Ryan, excuse me, on the Nolan Ryan card on my right, you will see that the image has been brought up, and the hand portion here has been lessened because it's being zoomed in. And in the corner here, especially here, this is where Robin Ventura got in a headlock when he charged the mound, and then he got a knuckle sandwich. Ivan Rodriguez caught that game. You also have Mr. Met and a lot of hidden details in this Nolan Ryan card, and this one was done by artist Andrew Thiel. It says multidiscipline artist out of New York City, large scale textured paintings, solo shows, and published a book. So there's a different write up on each artist, and each artist has a different take on these iconic cards. So let me show you the two Mike Trouts that I have otherwise. So this is another one where I have basically the same card in essence and done up by two separate artists in two different ways. So I'm going to guess that this is another Adam Thiel. And the reason I say that is I don't know these artists intimately. I'm being introduced to them. I like the cards and I like the artwork, so this was right up my alley. And if you look at the other Adam Thiel that I have, you could see the detailed backdrop. Yes, Andrew Thiel. Sorry, Andrew Thiel. I keep saying Adam. Andrew Thiel. So this is a beautiful representation of that card, which looks very similar to this one, not doctored too much. And this is Blake Jameson. Blake Jameson. So actually, even though it's the same artist, the point is to show the variant of the same card. So I'm going to keep those as the background, and I'm going to go through each one. So I have a Roberto Clemente Project 2020. Nice coloration. These magnetic holders are beautiful. This is done by Matt Taylor, UK-based designer and illustrator. Worked with it says 20th Century Fox, which is now being closed down by Disney. Jack White, Lucasfilm, Marvel, Pearl Jam, Fish, which are bands, and Queens of the Stone Age. Missing a space there after that comma and there. Maybe it's worth more because of the error. You never know. Next, we have Jackie Robinson. Okay, now this Jackie Robinson reminds me a lot of this Nolan Ryan. So let's see if they're done by the same artist. Joshua Vides. Joshua Vides. Correct. Interesting. Starting to notice the patterns. All right, so this artist, as you see, what's consistent between the Nolan Ryan and the Jackie Robinson so far, very simplistic, not a lot of adulteration. You see a lot of the borders done by hand and a lot of that comic-esque dot work, like in a newspaper comic. Very nice. Okay, next up we have Willie Mays. And there's little details here. Project 2020, Willie Mays. This is card 101. And by Jacob Rochester. It says Jacob Rochester is what many may call an artist's artist. The bicoastal creative doesn't just create wonderful illustration, paintings, and graphics, but Rochester also knows a thing or two about producing mesmerizing beats that can easily impress the most dedicated hip-hop head. I did not know that people who liked hip-hop were called hip-hop heads. I've heard audiophile and things like that, but moving on to the next one, we got Brooklyn's own, Brooklyn-born, Sandy Koufax from the Brooklyn Dodgers. This is card number 99, done by Tyson Beck. Considered an industry leader in the world of sports design, Tyson Beck counts major American leagues such as NBA, MLB, NFL, NHL clients of his, alongside global brands such as Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. So a lot of clients. A lot of top-tier clients. Next up, we have the Iron Man, Cal Ripken Jr. This one was done by Don C. This is card number 92, Cal Ripken Jr. Don Crawley, known professionally as Don C, is an American streetwear designer from Chicago. In 2009, he co-founded with fashion designer Virgil Abloh conceptual retail chain RSVP Gallery. Don founded the luxury sports apparel brand Just Don in 2011 and since collaborated with Jordan, Nike, Levi's, and American Express. To be honest, this card makes him look more like the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, and it looked better online than I would say in person. It looks more like a graphite sketch. Maybe that's the intention, I'm not exactly sure. Next up, excuse me, gotta get a drink of water. We got Mark McGwire, rookie Gold Cup card. There's a lot going on here. This might be a Thiel, just based on all the stuff going on in the background. Andrew Thiel is a multidisciplinary artist based out of New York City. His design studio, Artec Creative, works within music, fashion, and nightlife and has collaborated with some of the largest brands in the world. Thiel is recognized among the art world for his large-scale textured paintings and has had 2 solo shows and a published book. I like the Thiels. So that's this one, the Trout, and the Nolan Ryan. Okay. Last up, the last two are very interesting. 2 different players, 2 different cards. We got Ricky Henderson and Mariano Rivera. A lot of similarities between the two. A lot of detailed, like, pen and ink work. And this artist is JK5. I'm just going to put one just to not confuse everybody. Joseph R.E. Alloy, aka JK5, is a multidisciplinary artist known for his unbridled creativity and distinct approach to tattooing design. illustrating painting types, graphics, writing, and letter forms. He has worked with brands including Nike, Converse, and Kid Robot, while also showing galleries and publishing 3 books. Wow, very nice. Okay, yeah, tattooing would make a lot of sense, but definitely multidisciplinary. Put those out front. And the last 2 I have are very cartoonish in nature, so I'm also guessing that this artist is the same. This George Brett on my right is my favorite of the entire collection so far. So far, I say, because I do have some coming in the mail still, and I think I ordered 2 more the other day. So this is by Keith Shore. I'm going to keep the George Brett. Keith Shore. Let's see, what's his read up? Keith Shore is an artist behind Mikkeller's recognizable beer labels. Shore is an illustrator and art director out of Pennsylvania who created the iconic Henry and Sally characters for the world-renowned beer brand Mikkeller, which was founded in Denmark and has a U.S. brewery at the Mets home Citi Field in New York City. Very interesting. To me, it's a lot of fun cartoon. So that's my Project 2020 mail review thus far. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 14. I should have 4 more coming. And other than that, my mail day from Topps included, my Topps Now mailer. Whoa. This Topps Now is Topps Now is like everything that's occurring now in the world of sports. This was the summer camp pack. It has features Mike Trout doing his best Bane impression. This was during spring training. This was for, all the precautions for COVID-19. His wife was expecting. They now have a newborn, and the first game back, he hit a home run. I think the first 2 games back. On the back of the card, you see the Topps hologram logo. This is the set. This was going for, I think, $30 at the time. I had seen another video saying that these were selling for $300, but I don't know if that's true. But I do know, very similarly, like the Dr. Fauci card had sold for whatever price, and then online it was going for something nuts. So, truth be told, it could be true. Could not be. A lot of rumors going around, but you know what? Check eBay for those types of sales for stuff like that, or check out, Topps when they have the release. And that's it. So these were all 24-hour releases and short print runs. Some of these are 3,000, 10,000 or more. Depends on which one. Like Jeter or Trout would have gotten a very large print run. But, it doesn't mean they're worth or not worth more. It really depends on, I guess, the artist. Early on, there was an Ermsey Mike Trout that was going for a lot. I rumors were saying like $3,000 for the Ermsey, but I think that's gone and normalized to about like $1,000. I think because that only had 1,000 print run at the time, very early on in the Project 2020 release. Well, that's my Project 20 collection for now. Let me know what you guys have. Which one of these cards is your favorite? Which artist is your favorite? Who are you looking for? Who do you collect out of these if you collect Project 2020? Other than that, it's always nice to share what I have with you. Take care.